Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for guitarlessons365.com. Today we're going to learn how to play Get Back by the Beatles. We're going to take a look at both rhythm guitar parts. There's one that George Harrison's playing and one that John Lennon's playing. And then we're going to take a look at the guitar solos as well. Alright, so let's crack into it. We're in standard tuning here. We're going to take this, we're going to start here. Like I said, we have two parts. Let's just start with this intro, where you'll basically have John Lennon playing just kind of a power chord up here at the 5th fret on the low E string. Okay, so just... And George Harrison is just playing the A major chord. So it's kind of it's an eighth note feel, but they're not hitting both of them at the same volume, so it's kind of... Same thing. Alright, so a lot of these parts are going to end with a big G to D. So you're going to hear that a lot in the song. And that's what's going on there. It's just this G chord. It's really a G power chord. You're not going to be playing the 5th string. So you have the 3rd fret on the low E, 3rd fret on the B, and the high E. The high and the open G and the open D there. And you're going to be muting the A string. There to the D. Alright, so the full verse rhythm for John Lennon is this. Alright, so that's kind of a Chuck Berry thing here. We're going to be having this 5th fret on the low E, 7th on the D, 7th on the A, and then hit that, and then up to the 9 on the A. Well, it's still playing the 5th fret on the low E. So back and forth between those two. Then take that exact same thing and move it to the 10th fret. And then back down to the 5th. And then you have that big G, D that ended, and it starts over again. Now at this point in the verse where I just stopped, there's a little guitar fill that always happens. So that's just sliding into the 11th fret on the G, 10 on the B, quick bend at the whole step bend at the the 12th fret on the B string. While you're doing that bend, you're going to grab the 12th fret on the high E string. Then pick the B string, release that bend. Then the 10th fret, back to the 11th fret on the G. So that's... Alright, and so that's pretty much it for that John Lennon's part. During the verse, George Harrison is just playing that A power chord down here. To the D. Back to the A, and that G, D. Alright, now the chorus is far more interesting when it comes to the chords. So let me play the first part. Here we go. So there's a part that they just end on that D chord there. Other parts, they'll end on it and just kind of chug along on an A. So let's take a look at that. We're just basically going to be doing the 9th fret on the low E, little bass line, then 7, 9, 10 on the A. And then you're going to come and grab the 9th fret on the G, 8th on the B, 9th on the high E string. And just down, up on those chords with us. Alright, and then do that again. Now the third time through, the bass line changes a little bit. So we have 9, and then 7, 9 on the A, and then 7 on the D string. Now make that a bar now. After you play that 7, just lay the finger down, make it a bar at the 7th fret, and then grab the 8th fret on the high E string. And just do that same strumming on the top 3 strings, so that makes it 7, 7, and 8. So we have this. Then we have the same bass line again, but this time you're going to strum the previous chord there. So all together. Just repeat it. Alright, and then go to that A. Now, during that part, George Harrison is pretty much doing the same thing. The A to the D the first time through the chorus. Then he does this. Alright, so we're basically just going to be chugging along that A to the D. The second time through, it's the open A to this A dominant 7th chord. So it's open A. I'm sure you know the sound of that when that happens in a song. It's a very dissonant sound. Second fret on the D, open G, second fret on the B. So this. Again. Then to the D. Again. And the little transition, the little 3rd fret on the A string, back to that D. Alright, so that's kind of it for this, really the rhythm guitar parts to that, to get back. Basically we just have verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Now let's take a look at the solo. Sounds like this. Alright, so pretty slick little solo. It's real similar to that lick we did during the verse, where slide 11 on the G to the 10th fret on the B and hit the 10th fret a few times. Then 12, then do that bend and grab that 12 on the high E just like before. Pick the bent note and release the bend. Then 10, so back to the 11, back to the 10 on the B. Kind of a country vibe there. And we have this. So that's sliding into that 9 on the A, 7, 9 on the D, to 7 on the G. Shift down to the 5th fret, play the 5th fret there on the G, 7 on the D, and then back to that 5. Slight slow bends with this. So the first time through, here we go. Sorry, one more time. Alright, now the second time through the solo here, he does the same thing here, but he's just kind of killing that 10th fret note as he's hitting it. Alright, so from here, we have the exact same ending, except you're not going to bend this last note, you're going to hold that and then go that little lick right here, which is just a quick little bend to the 7th fret on the B string, then play 5 over to 5 on the G. And then the same thing on the little quick bend of the 7th fret on the G to 5 to 7 on the D. It's going back to the verse there. So we're basically, we also have a solo at the end of the song, which is very similar. It kind of sounds just like this. Alright, so that first time through, just like before, so that ending to the solo there, you know, the endings are the things that are really always changing. It was the same ending that we ended the first solo with. Then he's back again. But after you do this little bend and release, you come to 10 and just do the bend at 12 again. Back to 10. He just kind of rotates back and forth between those to the end of the song. Alright, so that's about it for all the rhythm and solo work and Get Back. It's a really fun song to play, especially if you have two guitar players, so you can keep both of those rhythm guitar parts that complement themselves each other very well, and obviously have a rhythm guitar part underneath those solos. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.